about multiple times. A military official blows whistle. Big banks about to collapse. 2024 election will be canceled. Here it is. And I've been warning you guys that the 2024 election will be canceled. Something's going to... Well, we made a video stating that it's going to be canceled back in early summer of this year of 2023. And then we also made a video stating that something's going to happen to Donald Trump by September, October of 2024. And yeah, and this is, they can't afford to have an election in the US, because if they do, it's either they're going to fix the election and you're going to see civil unrest, or they're going to try and do whatever they can to suspend the election. They do not want a conservative, right-wing, predominantly Christian Catholic. Like, that's who I am. That's what I am. I'm a conservative. I lean to the right. I believe in preserving family values. I believe in family value preservation. I believe in the family. I believe in I believe in conserving. Right? So, okay. So here goes. There will be no election. So, military official blows whistle, big banks about to collapse, 2024 election will be canceled. A U.S. military official has blown the whistle on how banks across America are about to close down, and the 2024 presidential election is going to be canceled. According to Colonel Douglas Macgregor, there's about to be a sudden closure of all major banks in the U.S., which will start... which will last for up to 3 weeks. So we've been talking about bank closures, the Black Swan. We've been talking about this on the channel for a long time now, because a lot of these banks have been living on borrowed times pretty much since 2012. And it's gotten worse. They didn't learn their lesson from 2008, right? And during a recent appearance, Patrick Bet-David's podcast, Colonel Macgregor also revealed that the 2024 election will be canceled due to martial law being imposed, right? And Colonel Douglas Macgregor doesn't think we'll even get to the 2024 election. So that was posted here on June 29, 2023. And that's around the same time it was. We were telling you there was not going to be an election in the United States of America. And I've even gone as far to say that there will not be. Something will happen to Donald Trump on the build up to the election. So we've been stating on Morning Coffee with Mike, Average Mikes, we've been warning you guys, they won't allow an election in 2024. Unless there's got to be so much stipulations in this, right? For it to even be allowed. So... very interesting. Just last week, I brought you the same news from Glenn Beck. Remember this? Glenn Beck, Monday, you could wake up and the banks will all be closed. And again, that's something we've been talking about here very, very, very vocally about the Black Swan and the Black Swan and here it is right here. There's multiple videos actually we made. Black Swan effect swooping in banking, panic hysteria spreads. Governments are causing bank failures. 6 months ago, Canadians to withdraw money from banks, no confidence in government. World banking sector headed off a cliff. Worldwide contracting GDP, rigged markets, rates fixed. Which country's banking system will collapse first? That was quite a few years ago. Canadian bank bail-ins, more runoffs ahead as people lose confidence in governments. That was almost 5 years ago. Mike in the Night, bank bail-ins, banks on the verge of crashing. They keep moving the goalposts. Bank of Canada in serious trouble. Governments caused this. Major banking disaster ahead. Major bank defaults. Banking disaster 5 years, 10 months ago. And I said here in the comments, as sure as my name, the banking industry is in hot water. CIBC bank rant. Canadian banks in danger of failing, while the Great Canadian White Short runoffs imminent 4 years ago. And it just keeps going on and on. Australian banking disaster ahead by 2024. Asset sheet, bad debt, toxic assets, money laundering 5 years ago. Banks in trouble, weekly defaults ahead, questionable practices, excessive greed, systemic runoff. And banks running out of liquidity before they pull the trigger on the pandemic. And they could use, I never said there was going to be a banking angle or bank closures for them to cancel the election. That's not me. That was that gentleman here in this article that said that. That was not me. I just think they're just going to cancel. They're going to find a way to not have elections in 2024, right? This is the gentleman that actually said this. I'm not taking, there it is. Big banks about to collapse, 2024 election will be canceled, right? So this is the gentleman that's saying this. I'm not tying banking to, I just know that they won't have elections in 2024. That was something that I've been very vocal about for a good while now. And the same thing with Canada. They're not going to have a 2025 election. We already said that almost a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I really hope I'm wrong about a lot of this stuff for America's sake. But yeah.